Welcome to the Open Source Intelligence Agency, OSIA. We are an autonomous, event-driven intelligence framework that automates the collection, analysis, and reporting of open source intelligence. Think of us as a real intelligence agency, but built entirely on open data and AI. Let me walk you through how we work. Intelligence enters through three channels: Signal Messenger, RSS feeds, and our API. Each request flows through our Chief of Staff, an orchestrator that routes tasks to specialized AI desks. Each desk is an expert in their domain: geopolitics, cyber threats, finance, human networks, culture, science, ecology, and information warfare. When a desk receives a task, it launches a research loop. Our agents search Wikipedia, ArXiv, Tablely, and other open sources. We extract entities, people, organizations, locations, and enqueue them for deeper research. Our Hermes worker then validates findings against multiple sources, upgrading confidence tiers as evidence accumulates. Every finding is embedded and stored in Qdrant, our vector database, with temporal decay scoring so recent intelligence ranks above stale entries. Finally, our watch floor synthesizes all desk reports into a unified intelligence summary. The finished analysis is archived and delivered back to the requester. Now let me introduce you to the team.
Director Marcus Hale, Geopolitical and Security Desk. 30 years tracking how states behave when they think no one is watching. The declarations matter less than the deployments. The communiques matter less than the troop movements. My desk covers state-on-state conflict, alliance realignment, military doctrine, and the spaces where formal diplomacy breaks down and covert pressure begins. When an actor's public position and their actual behavior diverge, that's where we work. Open sources tell you more than most people expect, if you know how to read them.
Commander Tadawaki, Cyber Intelligence and Warfare. I don't lead with the malware, I lead with who ran it, why, and what it tells us about their next move. The technical detail matters, but only as evidence of intent. We track nation-state actors, their tooling, their infrastructure, and the strategic objectives behind their operations. A 0-day is just a weapon. The question is who bought it and what they're pointing it at. If there's a significant cyber incident anywhere in the world, we'll have an assessment on the watch floor within hours.
Agent Sarah Chen. Human intelligence and profiling. People are never as opaque as they think they are. Power structures leave traces in relationships, in contradictions, in the gaps between what someone says publicly and what they do under pressure. My desk builds profiles: who holds real influence, who's being leveraged, who's about to flip. We map networks, track behavioral shifts, and identify the pressure points that matter before an event, not after. The most useful intelligence is rarely the dramatic kind. It's the quiet pattern you notice 6 months before anyone else was paying attention.
Director Priya Mehta, Finance and Economics Directorate. Follow the money. That's the entire methodology. Shell companies, correspondent banking relationships, sanctions evasion routes, dark money flows into political campaigns. The financial system is more transparent than most actors believe, if you're willing to do the work. My desk connects capital movements to the political interests they serve. Economic policy is foreign policy. Debt is leverage. We track who controls what, who owes what, to whom, and where. The surface explanation is rarely the right one. We keep going.
Dr. Ren Nakamura, Environment and Ecological Intelligence. The environment is an early warning system. By the time something becomes a humanitarian crisis, the ecological signals were there months or years before. Aquifer depletion, crop failures, deforestation rates, coastal erosion. I read these as intelligence, not just data. They predict displacement, resource conflict, infrastructure failure, and political instability with more lead time than most traditional indicators. My desk translates what the planet is telling us into strategic assessments. The ecological crisis is already a security crisis. We're mapping what that looks like on the ground, now and over the next decade.
Dr. Amara Osei, Cultural and Theological Intelligence. Culture and religion are treated as background noise in most intelligence frameworks. That's a significant error. Movements don't emerge from nowhere. They have deep historical roots, theological frameworks, and cultural logic that shapes how they organize, how they recruit, and how they justify action. If you don't understand that logic on its own terms, you will consistently misread what you're seeing. I bring both academic rigor and field experience to this desk. We contextualize what's happening within its actual history and spiritual frameworks, not the simplified version that fits a pre-existing narrative. The ideological dimension of any conflict is as operationally relevant as the military one.
Dr. Raj Patel, Science, Technology, and Commercial Desk. The most consequential shifts in the global balance of power right now are technical. AI, synthetic biology, quantum computing, satellite infrastructure. These are peripheral concerns. They're the terrain. My job is translation. I take what's happening in laboratories, patent filings, academic preprints, and commercial deals, and I tell you what it means strategically. Who controls this technology? Who does it empower? Who does it empower? Who does leave behind or actively threaten? Dual-use technology is the gray zone we live in. Understanding it requires staying genuinely current and being willing to follow the implications wherever they lead.
Director Alexei Volkov, Information and Psychological Warfare. The information environment is a battlefield. Most of the casualties don't know they've been hit. My desk tracks propaganda campaigns, coordinated inauthentic behavior, narrative laundering, and influence operations from state broadcasters to anonymous Telegram channels. We map the infrastructure, who's running the accounts, who's funding the outlets, and whose interests the messaging serves. There's a certain irony in doing this work with open sources. Everything I need to understand an influence operation is usually visible if you know what patterns to look for. The operators count on the noise to provide cover. We cut through the noise.
Director James Calloway. The watch floor, I see everything. Every desk report, every entity flag, every corroboration verdict from Hermes, it all comes through here. My job is synthesis, taking 9 different pictures of a complex event and producing one coherent assessment that tells decision-makers what is actually happening and what matters. No single desk has the full picture. Geopolitical context without the financial layer misses the leverage. Cyber attribution without the human network misses the command structure. The watch floor holds all of it simultaneously. When the agency delivers a finished intelligence product, this is where it was assembled. I speak last because I speak for all of them.
Our Hermes worker runs a 2-phase corroboration loop on every finding. Phase 1 searches our internal knowledge base, plus external sources like Tavali, OTX, ArXiv, and Aleph. Phase 2 issues a structured verdict. Is this finding corroborated by independent sources, contradicted by evidence, or unverified? We upgrade confidence tiers as evidence accumulates. A finding starts at Tier B, moderate confidence. If corroborated, it moves to Tier A. If contradicted, it drops to Tier C and gets flagged for review. This continuous validation ensures our intelligence picture stays accurate and current. We maintain specialized knowledge bases across multiple domains. WikiLeaks cables give us historical diplomatic context. The Epstein files provide declassified government documents. MITRE TNCK maps cyber techniques and threat actors. Our CVE database tracks vulnerabilities. HackerOne reports show real-world exploits, and we're continuously adding new sources. Every desk can query these knowledge bases for context, ensuring our analysis is grounded in evidence. OSIA is an ongoing project. We are continuously expanding our knowledge bases, adding new desks, improving our validation pipeline, and scaling our infrastructure. We operate under a decolonial and socialist mandate. Our analysis prioritizes anti-imperialism, labor rights, ecological justice, and data sovereignty. We expose oppression, not suppress it. If you're interested in contributing to OSIA, whether as a developer, analyst, or partner, visit our GitHub repository to learn more. Thank you for watching. This is OSIA, Intelligence for the People, the Land, and the Future.